go. Stay blessed, keep stacking, turn up my mic. Welcome to the real bread life. Welcome to the real bread life. Welcome to the real bread life.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time out of their night to join me. I am Jay Rome, aka Jug. Let's go. So, what I got for you today is this. We should be on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time. I'm not sure which Facebook I'm on. It should be on one of the RBL pages. If you're seeing me, you know what it is. If you're watching me on YouTube, I'd like to thank you for subscribing. I'd like to thank you for checking us out and for supporting the channel. If you're watching on Instagram, I always like to let everyone know I'm working everything by myself. I can't go back and forth between every platform and answer every message, but when someone else is on with me and they're speaking, I will switch over and see what's going on and answer any questions. The most effective way to get your question answered or to be involved is to be on the YouTube, because I have the message and comment control right in front of me, and I can actually work it a little bit more effectively. So with that being said, I'll give a couple of the guys a minute or two if they're going to jump in. And if not, then I'll just get right into a few of the topics that I have for today and move right along. So this is Thursday Night Live, RBL, Real Bread Life, aka Resilience Will Build Your Legacy. So what we like to do here is share the information about the bread business, independent operation, and all things that incorporate such. Whether you have a route already and you want to share the information with others that are trying to get in, you're trying to figure out some of the things going on within your company or the business that you deal with, whether it's Khaleesi, Pepperidge Farm, it could be Doritos, it could be Pepsi. We don't know much about that. We like to get some of those guys on and share some of that information, but we are well versed in the bread and the muffins, English muffins, bagels. We got the people that do Takis. So there's people that do flours, deliver flours bread, I should say. I'm sorry. And, work for a couple other different companies. I also know people that work for some of the independents like the Lupes, the Chavez, and things of that nature. So currently working with a few people in the process of buying routes and getting the information together, feeling them out to see if it's the things that they what they're looking for is what they want to get into. So that's what we do it for. That's our goal, and our purpose is to share the information and help people to build some type of business for themselves if they don't already have one. So with that being said, let's get into it. I'm gonna get my man Clinton in here. Clinton, what's
What's
going
going
on?
on? What's up, sir?
How you?
Man, on schedule.
Yeah, yeah. I see you in
I'm
I
on
see you in the
schedule.
usual spot, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. On schedule, man. One of these weeks, man.
Yeah,
We
man.
um
Go
we
ahead.
um we we were kind of getting over here. Kind of the distributors are having a big issue right now. Flowers right now, they are actually so crazy. So we sell tasty cake, right?
Absolutely.
So now Flowers is selling. They're backdooring us. So now Flowers is selling Wonder Cake to our stores now, and like a lot of the guys are like kind of I guess mad about it. We had to remove all of our tasty cake. We had a new cake reset, and we had to remove all of our cake off to allow Wonder Cake to go into our spot that comes directly through the store.
So let
And
me
we
let me
get
I just real quick, I want to see if I'm getting this correct from you. So your company owns the Wonder Cake.
Yeah.
And they're
So
directly shipping it to the store, and the store's putting it in.
yeah.
And now they reset and took your product out of the space it was in and put it in. So what are you guys doing with your stuff?
A lot of us are, you know, a lot
What's
of
up?
what's up, Rick?
Hey, how we doing?
All right.
Chilling, man.
So go ahead.
So a lot of guys are like with me. I don't have that many
Your
stores where
screen's
I can.
shaking. I don't know if you got the laptop on your knee.
No, I'm actually getting. You see this chair? I'm getting a massage too at the same time.
Hey, that's real bread life right there. Being able
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
that massage
Go-
chair.
I'm
That's what's
sorry to
up.
interrupt you. Keep multitasking for your health. So go ahead.
Yeah. So
They moved you out.
um so they moved us out. Well, all of the WalMarts are doing it. All of the all of the WalMarts are doing it. So I don't have many. I don't like a lot of the guys have KJs. They have stores where they can kind of offset and push the cake there, so they can take the cake out, buy it back, and sell it to where they need to sell it. I don't have that, so I only have a Sam's Club, Target, and a Walmart. So, and I don't even sell cake to Sam's, and I don't sell cake to Target either. So I'm pretty much yeah, like I'm kind of stuck. But a lot of the other guys got food lines, they got KJs, they got IGAs, they got they got some stuff where they can kind of sell it, buy the cake back and resell it. But I'm kind of assed out. So hopefully some of the guys will buy the cake from me, buy some of my cake from me that I had to take out. Hopefully,
All right.
but we'll see.
So okay. So that was my question, and I think I might have got lost when you were explaining it. So you're basically left, and they said take it out with the reset, and they put the company cake in and figure it out.
Mm, figure it
Just
out.
figure
Yeah,
it out.
figure it out. Yeah.
So
So
what is you guys recourse as you guys not union though, right?
no, we're not. I mean, that's what I was trying to explain to one of the other guys, the other distributors at the warehouse. I was trying to let him know. He was complaining about it. In the back of my mind, I'm like, shit, like, what you gonna do? like honestly, like, what are you gonna do? Like, what? The only thing that I can do right now is they have a Wonder Cake. It's a 6 pack pecan spin. It directly competes with my Tasty Cake pecan spin. Now I do have two shelves in there that I got off just off luck because I'm cool with the managers in there. So I was able to move some of that cake over there to kind of help me sell down. Um, but when it's time, because I put my cake order in 2 weeks in advance, so I'm completely cutting the six count pecan spins completely out. So I'm not competing against Wonder's pecan spin. I'm just not doing it. And
Right.
they're just going to lose sales throughout. And I know a lot of the other distributors are going to do the same thing because I got a feeling if that's direct ship, they're shipping that Wonder Cake to those stores. I mean, the price point is going to be, it's going to be cheaper than what we're selling. We're selling our 6 count at $1.53 here, and I know they're probably going to be able to get it in for $1.39 or $1.40. So, and it's going to be probably the same taste because it's coming from technically the same people.
So
So,
was this did they give you guys notice, or is just like you came in
and
one day and
that right there that bothers me more than anything because we all found out last minute, right? So
well, that's
another
normal. Yeah, all the companies do the same thing, more or less. They just
crazy,
hey, they just by the way, or today, or tomorrow, and yeah, man,
yeah.
that's terrible. Hold on one
But
second, Carlos.
okay.
Message me, let me know if you could hear how my volume is now, if it's the same or worse or better. He said my volume's low on his end from people listening to me. So I just turned it up. I don't know if that helped at all. But
But, but the crazy thing is, I'm actually already selling Wonder Bread. I'm selling Wonder Bread. I'm selling Wonder Hots and Hams. I'm selling 12 count, 8 count. I'm selling the Wonder rolls. I'm selling the Philly steak rolls, the white hoagie rolls. I'm selling those already. I've been selling those.
right.
So like I own the rights to the bread, but not the cake. But I own the. It's like I don't know, man.
No, I'm just
It's
asking. Everything you're saying, I get because as up here, the flowers guys do all the Wonder product as well, the rolls, the bread, everything. I'm asking. So they just popped this up on you guys. There was never a conversation of do you want it, We can
Nah,
give it to you to bring it in at this price. If not, we're going to do XYZ. So, okay.
no.
Now, Ricky, I'm asking you, are there similarities in that and what we've went through or you went through in the past? You know, because I'm not too, you know what I mean? As far as a direct ship at a last minute or, hey, we're taking this off of your truck type thing.
So back in the day, about, geez, I want to say 4, maybe 10 years ago, we used to have a full line of Freihoffer cakes, right? We had marshmallow, we had donuts, assorted donuts, cookies, and we'd bring all this product into these little bodegas or stuff like that to help with the bread. And we would compete against Entenmann's, and we would outsell Entenmann's because as most of you know, somebody who owns their own business versus someone who's working for someone else, we're going to do the better job. So we grew that business, and what was happening is the Entenmann's guys are all union and they work for the company. So those two items were directly competing against each other. And for the longest time, the cake side of Entenmann's was losing money, and we were kind of keeping them afloat. So what the company decided to do, since they don't have to pay us as an employee, they started slowly discontinuing certain items from the Freihoffer cakes. So first they'd get rid of the marshmallow cake, and say, well, it's a low volume item, this and that. All right, okay, and then they slowly got rid of something else, and then by the time we knew what the heck was going on, we only had donuts left, and we lost, and we never got paid out for any of that product that they started discontinuing. But then if you look to the guy next to you, all of a sudden now you have Entenmann's cookies going on sale, buy one get two free, which we used to do all the time with the Freihoffer cookies. Now we don't even have the Freihoffer cookies, so all those units they instead of competing against each other, they slowly took it away from us, gave it to the Entenmann's guys, and they started doing a lot more numbers and promoting more because that was the main cake. It wasn't Freihoffer and Entenmann's. Now it was just Entenmann's. So now currently we don't have any Freihoffer cakes or stuff like that in this area. So yeah, I mean that definitely not. They had alternative ideas of what they want to do without us even knowing, and they kind of just slowly. So now, I can foresee things like that happening, and you can kind of make other guys aware. Hey, listen, this is what's going on. We need to address this, find out what's going on. That way, the communication is there. That way, we can actually have a chance to put a halt to it. Initially, the company gets their hands caught in the cookie jar.
Right. No, I just wanted, to see the comparison and the similarities, between what's happening with them and if it happened with
yeah, right. I mean, it happens to all companies. All corporate companies want their bottom line, and if they can find a way to bring in a smaller percentage to the driver, they're going to do it. If they find a way to up their profits, they're going to do it. And sometimes it's taking the same item and putting it in a different bag and giving you a different percentage.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
So go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, in a sense, when you have, let's say like a Wonder Bread, well, what's to say the company can't just put that same loaf of bread in a plain bag, in a different bag, and call it something else and give you a different percentage on it, and just say, well, that's because it's private label now. And then, all of a sudden it's the same loaf of bread. They just put a different bag, call it something else, give you a different percentage. So you have to be aware of what's going on and catch it while it's happening, so you can try to do something about it, and then you just try to adjust, like, with these resets, and they put something else in. Well, how do I compete against that? How do I find a different item that I can put there to help boost my sales?
Yeah, it's that, every 2 weeks, I put a cake order in every 2 weeks. We all do, all the flowers distributors here. it's impossible for you to catch that. So that's one of the biggest issues that a lot of us have. Because I mean, and then you don't this reset just drop, and like, come on, man, like how do we supposed to catch this? Well, luckily, I don't sell a lot of tasty cake. A lot of those other distributors, they sell a lot of tasty cake.
If you're
I mean,
aggressive,
one,
yeah.
yeah,
I see him all over the store. I see one guy in
yeah,
my area. He sets up these 2 bins, right? Buy one get one free. It's Stop and Shop. He sets up
yeah,
these 2 bins, stacks it nice and high, and puts it in a nice location. And he turns it over. He turns it over
yeah,
because he merchandises it properly, this and that.
yeah.
But at the same time, you're making a higher percent or higher commission on the cake, correct?
No, not really, not here. So it's about 20%. I
Really?
know. Yeah, I thought I heard you say 27 one time.
I thought they were getting a higher percentage for the cake, and that's why one of the guys was one of the drivers was explaining that. Other people are complaining about it, but he's like, it for him it was a higher percentage, so that's the product you want to
No,
push because you get a
well,
higher
maybe.
commission.
Well, I don't know. Maybe up there, because you got to understand. I mean, its hometown is Philadelphia. Tasty Cake's hometown is Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I would love to own a Little Debbie route down here because Little Debbie is a staple here. I
Oh,
mean, tasty, yeah,
yep. Yeah, even up
tasty
here,
cake.
little. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay, tasty cake is like up north. I heard they just only have tasty cake routes up north. See, down south they don't. And we have to merge. We have to sell the cake and the bread at the same time.
Right.
But they was actually selling, those routes, just little, just tasty cake. But down south, all they have is just Little Debbie routes down here. So
Yeah.
they don't.
So I don't know about over there, but I know here with Little Debbie cakes, you don't actually purchase the route. You don't
Yeah,
buy
that's
the
true.
route. You're just
Yeah,
running
that's
it,
right.
but then you're paying for the truck, you're paying for the equipment, stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah,
that's a
yep,
nice little thing where you don't have to put any real money up front, but
yeah,
but you don't get any credit for your returns. So as long as you're careful to what sells and you pay attention, you'll be all right. It's the same thing
true.
like chips. They're trying to, over here, they've been pushing these Takis left and right, and they're trying to make these Taki routes and compete against these big chip guys. Well, problem
Mm,
is it's just not enough business in it. You got to add some other business to it to make it, profitable. And that's what the challenge is here is they're trying to incorporate chips into, the bread and the
the
cake
bread and
and
everything. Yeah,
right. So now they want these combo routes with everything on it where you have less accounts, but you can bring in more to make it more profitable. I understand the concept, makes sense, but at the same
see, but,
time, we don't own
but
the chips. We don't own
yeah,
it.
see, but look, the Takis, right? You guys don't own the
Yeah,
top.
we don't own it.
Okay, okay. See, with the Little Debbie thing that I don't like is I don't. I see what you were saying about you don't have to worry about the owner like them owning they don't own the territory correctly. Correct.
Correct.
The only thing I don't like about that is you can easily take if you feel as though this store is a power store that I'm doing. Say for example, I'm doing 10 grand out of this store here, and the ASD or whatever they might call their director of sales. If he feels as though there's a smaller route that he can make, he can come and take that store from you because you don't own the route. That's the only thing I don't like.
Right.
Because technically you're taking money out of my pockets. If you could just come through and say, hey, this store's doing 10 grand, this other route over here is only doing 5 grand.
Right.
And you're doing 10 grand plus another 5, 10 grand, and you're big Little Debbie distributor. Hey, why would you give us that 10 grand store? I mean, you can't fight them. You just have to
Well, and
take it and be like,
that's where you weigh out, right? You weigh out your options as far as which avenue you want to go with. You want to own a route where you can create growth in it, and then you can sell it, and you make profit off of the growth of it. Or would you rather get into like a Little Debbie where you're not making that initial investment? But the problem is you don't get anything out of it. So if you take a $7,000 route and you turn it into a $10,000 route, you're not making any money. You can't sell it to make any money. So I know guys that will flip routes, will find routes and see growth opportunity, flip them, make 30, 40 grand off of it, and then go to the next one. Just like flipping houses, they'll flip routes.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that with Little Debbie. So you got to find out what works best for you and your situation. If that works best, but you don't have any money down and that, and here's the other thing too. Like I remember before I bought a route, I'd say probably about 20 years ago. I'm really putting a date on myself, but I was working for the company running a route that a driver passed away. And I ran into a Little Debbie guy and he was telling me, he's like, hey, you ever think about doing this? I'm like, no, not really. So we started talking about it. But the one thing that always stuck in my mind is, he's like, if you really want this to work and be profitable and you want to be in Little Debbie, he's like, if you're with somebody, right, if they have insurance and medical and all this other stuff, this business would be great for you because you can piggyback off of their benefits and still do very well doing this. Now, if you don't, and you're doing this on your own, where you have to cough up all your benefits and everything else, then maybe it might not be the right fit for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those Little Debbie routes aren't easy to get either. Let's think about it. Are there any Little Debbie routes for sale around you? I haven't seen.
But that's the thing is they don't go up for sale. They don't go up for sale. So
you technically have to know someone.
You have to know somebody. You're 100% right. So as you're in your stores and doing your thing, and listen, I know I don't have to talk to you about networking because you seem like a pretty intelligent gentleman. So you start networking.
They have to like you also. Like you have to be liked.
Every day I see my guy, right? I'll see a Little Debbie guy and he'll throw me like some Nutty Buddies and stuff like that. I'll throw him some bread. Here you go. Have some French toast bread. Oh, have some Nutty Buddies. Oh, great. Awesome. How's sales? Oh, this, that, and you just chop it up with them here and there. And guess what? All of a sudden they're like, hey, did you know there's a route that they're trying to put a driver on over here in this area? No, I didn't know that. Oh, let me get you in contact with so and so and so and so. All of a sudden now you're in, right? So it's not very hard to get in. It's just you have to move your way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I've noticed there's probably 3 routes around here. I don't know.
You're talking availability, right? You're talking availability.
Exactly.
Right. When people get in, they stay in. So
exactly.
What does that tell you about the business? When you don't have a lot of turnover of people coming in and out of the doors, what's that say about the company? It means they're doing something right.
And people that do own something, they typically don't want to just get rid of it. Because nowadays, working for someone and working for yourself, the freedom of just, getting off when you want to, going home when you want to, getting up when you want to. It's a lot of freedom in that, but it's a lot of hard work because you're totally responsible for every single thing. People weigh the options and be like, okay, but do I want somebody to telling me, hey, go home, get off my clock, or you know what I mean? So a lot of freedom in owning routes, but it's a lot of work too.
You're right. Like summertime, right? Summertime. I've been golfing like crazy, dude. I'll cut my day short. I'll be like, everything's cool, this and that. Guess what? 11 o'clock. Guess what? 12 o'clock. I got a tee time. I'm out golfing or whatever, right? Sundays. I don't even work Sundays. I don't work Sundays in the summertime because I'm out golfing at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So,
but why would you want to give that up?
What's up?
Why would you want to give that up?
See, that's the thing is like you got to weigh everything out, right? So, that in a sense of the business I like, because when I bought my businesses, it's where I live, right? So I can literally do half my accounts, like my timed accounts, and then you have other accounts that there's no time frame. You get there when you get there. There's no problem.
Brother, I'm the same way, man. I drive 6,000 miles a year in my bread truck. I bought my bread truck in 2019. I got 29,000 miles on it right now currently. So I don't go far at all. I live in my territory.
That's the key. That's the key right there. That's the key right there. But to find it, right, and I overpaid. I know I overpaid for stuff, but you know what? it's in my territory, and I know
I got you.
that you can't put a price tag on living in
That's
your
right.
territory. Because listen, man, I can go and work for 4 hours, come home, have breakfast with
Yeah.
my kids, take them out to dinner, and then just go
Yeah.
finish out my day for another 3
Yeah.
hours. You know
You're
what I
right.
mean? Or go golfing for 9 holes. And
Yeah.
so you have a lot of freedom in that. That's a
Yeah.
great thing about this business. But at the same time, like you said, it's a lot of work. So let's just say if you're working 7 days a week and it takes you 80 hours, right? And you cut out early on whatever, let's say Friday go golfing,
Friday.
you're still gonna,
Yeah.
even though you cut out early, you're still gonna put those hours in. You're just gonna work
That's
a little
true.
harder the next day.
That's true.
But you still have the ability to do that. Other people don't.
Yeah. And they don't. Yes. If you
So
decided, if we decided to take 1 month off right now and
you can
not
do it.
tell anyone, we can do it. You know what I
But you
mean?
just have to
What?
make sure that your customers
Yeah.
are taken care
I
of.
take. Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
just the other week, what is it? A couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I went up to Maine to go snowmobiling. Right? I worked Monday, Tuesday. Okay. I got another guy who runs another truck, and he runs the same. So when I bought my my third route, again, it was in my same territory, same stores I go
Oh
to.
wow.
Right? So I got a guy who works for me, and he runs that route. So I worked Monday, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I cut Thursday. I cut Saturday, and I brought a load in on Friday, but it was all like just bulk stuff. You know
I
what I
got
mean?
you. Yeah. So you can just
right. So he
easy
cut
to distribute.
So he cut his Friday load and moved it to Saturday, and he did my load on Friday. So
Oh wow.
I left Tuesday. So I had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I left Sunday. So I had like 4
Freedom.
days where I didn't have to really pay for, a week off. So you have the ability to do stuff like
The
that.
freedom. Yeah.
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 You can't do that in a regular,
No.
So yeah, there's
Not at all.
definitely, some nice perks to the job that I
Oh yeah.
love.
Oh yeah.
But understand, this ain't no, this ain't no country club where you think you can do that all the time. It ain't gonna.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna make no money.
No,
And your phone.
it's no country club. But what you're saying is you get to do country club things.
Yes, thank you.
So
Thank you.
I'm glad that you said that, and I like for people to hear. You guys talked a lot about relax, leisure, and free time. Basically, the freedom, which is one of the things that we all love the benefit of. But I like that you both said the hard work is there. But it's not all hard work like you're going to break your back. It's more or less staying on top of what you start and building a system that you can follow through with. The hard work is just being consistent with your discipline and dedication to doing it. So that's because I don't want people to be confused when they hear hard work, thinking, "Oh man, I ain't got time for that, man. I'm gonna hurt my back." And no, it's physical, but the hard work is just being consistent with your discipline. And it is physical. I'm not trying to get away from that part, but like you all know, and I like to have people watch the video on the channel about Lisa. Lisa is not more than 5 feet tall. She's 62 years old, and she had a route bigger than mine. She was banging that route out. So my point is, anyone can do it. You're not probably going to be as fast as another person, but you just have to be consistent, smart enough to count regular numbers. It's not calculus or trigonometry, and it's regular math, but you just have to be disciplined and consistent.
And I like to add to the discipline, right? So every day, regardless of the size of my load, I start at 1:30 in the morning every day. And I could have a load that will take me maybe an hour to put together. I'll still get up at the same time.
1:30. Yeah.
1:30 in the morning. I don't care the size of my load. It doesn't matter. 1:30. And what that does is it keeps you consistent in your timing, right? So even if I'm up, even if I get done, if I start at 1:30, right, I'll get done earlier. If I start zigzagging my time as far as like getting up at, I have a small load today, I'm gonna get up at 3 o'clock. right? You start doing that, you're going to mess up your sleep. For me, it messes up my sleeping pattern, makes it harder to get up in the morning. And that's where everything kind of falls apart. Now you don't feel like getting up. Now you don't want to get up for work. Now you don't want to, like, everything just kind of like, it just compounds, right? You're like, or you show up when you had a small load and then something, whatever, your computer breaks down or your printer breaks down. And all of a sudden now, you're working twice as hard with making less money. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when you look at consistency, that's a consistent thing that I do that helps me keep everything going smoothly. You know what I mean?
Routine.
So
Also,
yeah,
too, communication. Communication is the key. If you're a horrible communicator, I'm talking about with your customers, with your if you're terrible at communicating, this is
yeah,
not the business for you.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, yep. I agree. I mean, like even like even I know now it's a little different, but back in the day, right? Communication is what got you more space in the store. There was no
Doggone right.
planograms. There was no, your plan for this or your plan for that, or it was you had to go and you had the person who gave the best service got the most space. The person, so you
You
had to
know,
communicate with these guys and almost make it on a personal level. Oh yeah, how's your son doing? I heard he's in college. Da, da, da,
doggone
da, da,
right.
da. Oh yeah, no shit. Oh, you play golf? Oh, we should go sometime. Oh yeah. And all of a sudden, you get more things than anybody else. So communicate. I
Man,
agree with you 100%, buddy.
Let me
there's
let me
this.
get let me get real quick. There's a couple of guys that jumped to ask a question, and just real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you guys off.
Shoot.
But I agree with you, Clinton, about the communication because we were talking about that. I think it was last week or the week
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we all know, like Rick just said a minute ago, speaking to you as far as your communication. I mean, you're up here talking, so we know communication ain't an issue for you. And any
sometimes
of us. But hold on.
sometimes too much.
Carolina, my man from down in the Carolinas, like you, Clint. He said, "You seen I flashed it." He said he did 37,000.
37,000.
Because speaking to your
Wow.
6,000, because that's an ideal
Wow.
route every day to just be going in that same way. So and then
Yeah.
Dave right here was just asking a question about what we do or you guys do. So I deliver bread. Ricky delivers bread. And like Clint was saying, he delivers bread and some tasty cake as well. So he has like a little
Yeah.
bit of a combination. And not to say like even with Ricky, I know with our company who we deal with, I can deliver Taki chips to any of my stops. And even if it was some of those cakes that they sell or whatever, I'm sure
Marinella cakes.
Marinella cakes, I
Yeah.
can get them on my
Vanilla.
route. Like I was saying, most stuff other than Entenmann's, if it can sell, there's one or two stops I have, I can order it and deliver it,
Right.
or I can get it in the depot and it's not a problem.
Yep.
So I had a Carolina. That's true. Communication is essential. This is not a business for shy people either. If you can't cultivate relationships with managers in your stores, you won't make it. Absolutely. Yes.
Man, there's distributors that actually try to avoid their managers. I mean,
Yeah.
they see them.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Go the other way.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, you do have to kind of feel out, sometimes there are certain managers that are a lot harder or difficult to deal with, and you just have to find a way to reach out to them and figure them out, and
Yeah,
I got a manager who calls me, on my truck, it says Arnold for Arnold bread. He calls me Arnold all the time. Hey, Arnold, when are you going to do this? Hey, Arnold.
Yeah.
I said, good morning, sir. How are we doing today? I said, just to let you know, my name's Rick, and I distribute your Arnold and your Freihoffer for you. Just so you know who I am, and and what does he do the next day? Hey, Arnold. Hey, I need some more stuffing, Arnold guy. This and that. So you got to pick your, and I'm not going to battle with him. You want to call me Arnold?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Call me Arnold. Whatever.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
But
it's
some
not
people will go real defensive.
I got you. Yeah, call me bread man. I mean, okay. Hey,
How
as
many?
long as you allow me to do business.
Hold on a second. So he's asking a question. How many SKUs with the cakes do you have? Like tasty cake. How many different varieties do you have, Clint? Too many to name? More than 10?
Yeah, Crimpet, yeah. I can. Well, I only had
More than
four.
10.
I have four facing in Walmart that I lost, but I was selling them your cinnamon rolls, your chocolate juniors, your crimpets, butterscotch crimpets, your peanut butter candy cake. Your I had the four types of donuts: sugar, chocolate, cinnamon, and every seasonal. We have a different seasonal brand, and I had the black and white at first. Now we have the another brand that I'm getting next week. I forgot the name of it. What else? Oh, the big 16 count box of pecan spins, the individual wrap, and also the 6 count pecan spin. Those big,
So
and
around
also
10. So you're somewhere
yeah, yeah,
around
yeah,
10.
yeah. Yeah, but other guys got more, man. But yeah, just me. I'm like I don't sell a lot of tasty cake at all. I don't sell a lot.
Hold on a
I don't
second.
have that route for it.
Saw something on Facebook about Wonder Bread snap cakes coming in
Oh,
Walmart. Is that
yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, before you came on, Carolina, that's what Clint was talking about in his stores
Oh
down
yeah,
there. And I get because you're in the South as well. So yeah, he said it. They had him move his tasty cake out of the way so they could put theirs in there. So you're
yeah,
absolutely correct. So yeah, man, whatever you
yeah.
heard is what's going on. It's happening right now.
They're flooding the market with it. So I'm just going to back up and I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna see how it plays out. I'm
Yep.
not going to compete with them. I'm not going to compete. My tasty cake 6 count pecan spins. I can't compete with theirs. I saw them. I saw them already. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna step back, let them lose money on the tasty cake, and see how they like that. And hopefully they might say, hey guys, we're going to let you guys take over the Wonder Cake and do it that route, and we'll do both. But I doubt it because
Yeah.
I was, like I said, I was doing it. I think you said 20. I was doing it for 18 years, and I was actually selling Bluebird and Tasty Cake. And we actually sell Miss Freshly's Bluebird at the same time, and I was competing against myself. I was selling Bluebird while the company was selling Miss Freshly's.
Freshly.
Same, the same exact thing. So now then they dropped Bluebird and bought the Tasty Cake line. Now they're using Tasty Cake and they're doing the same thing with Wonder because I don't see Miss Freshly's out there anymore.
So let me
So
say this. I think, and again, it's two separate companies, but I think they're all going in the same direction. And we've said this before. They want to own more of these routes. They want to be more direct ship. Then, and
mm,
I think Rick or you said it. It's the bottom line. It's always going to come back to the bottom line. And any way they could cut a dollar or two anywhere else, that's what they're going to do. They're following what I think the bread companies are doing is following the same models that other Fortune 500 companies are doing, other big businesses are doing. They're looking for cuts so they can make more money, but they're not cutting that money out for their vacation times, their bonuses, the people at the top. They're cutting it all down on the bottom. They're trimming it in areas where they think they can, and it's us on the bottom, more or less. I think
true.
But
so.
and as frustrating as that is, though, again, I've been through a lot of companies buying out a company and a lot of changes. But at the end of the day, right, I'm still surviving by
Right,
adjusting what I'm doing,
right.
right? And
Yeah,
that could be just talking to other guys in the area, picking up more business. It could be, before I had a couple routes where I had one, two guys working for me, and business was soft, so I had to make the decision. I had to put them all in one truck. There wasn't enough business to support having a guy on there, so I had to put some. I had to do the stuff myself. So, you know, I'll always make it. There's
yeah,
always options, right? And not only that,
yeah,
but listen, if you're a bread guy, right, in a territory, and you see all these people in that same territory, and what happens if the a chip guy wants to sell his route? Well, who's to say you can't just put chips with your bread? And then all of a sudden
yeah,
now you're doing bread and you're doing chips where you have two separate entities, but on one vehicle, right? In one
yeah,
territory, right? So you got to think outside the box a little bit, if you want to make it. You can't just throw up your hands and be like, oh, I lost sales or lost business, this and that, and do nothing about it. That's your
Right.
responsibility to go out and get. Don't wait for it to come to you. You need to go get it yourself.
yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah, I see.
But
Gabe,
they're all
go ahead.
they're also trying to put, I guess, rules against you're mixing up with other companies. Chips and bread like might be different, but I know,
You can't have it right.
like
Competitors.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Competitors.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And then now, see, you guys are competing against, any chip guy. So
no,
you know what I
well,
mean.
no,
Y'all have
because
Takis, right?
because I don't own it.
Okay, okay.
I don't own
But
it. So
you are distributing it, right?
well, no, because I could just say, listen, I don't want to distribute this anymore and be done with it. Then
Oh,
they got to
okay.
do it
Wow.
That's the
Okay.
themselves.
beauty of the option with the Takis. If
Right.
I want to bring 3 boxes
Oh
in today, I
wow.
can.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm
The
doing.
rest of the week,
Listen,
I'm
Oh
not bringing
wow.
any.
Okay.
yeah,
That's
I'm doing
what
them.
I'm saying to you.
I'm doing them a favor, right? So if I say, you know what,
Wow.
I'm gonna buy Cape Cod because I know that at the end of the day I own it and I can sell it and make money off it. Why,
Wow. Okay.
I'd be all over
Okay.
that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay.
there's options out there. You just gotta think outside the box. And the other thing too, like
Yeah.
listen, is if there's other options too, as far as like maybe you have somebody run your route while you just jump routes. You
Okay.
know,
I mean, there's 1,000 different ways to get
there's
the
so
money.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, the money's out
This
there.
is a trade.
If anybody says there's no money out there, they're just not trying hard enough.
Yeah,
So
and it's a trade too. It's a trade.
Yeah,
Yes, you can take this anywhere you want.
anywhere.
real quick, so Gabe was saying that he think companies think they're saving money by having people they could service it for you. And then he said that the stores can't merchandise everything. So many
Yes.
companies are hiring third parties, which we
Yes.
know. And just it's just merchandising is a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's where everything is going. And if they can pay a guy, which is $20 an hour or 25, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they're paying a guy $25 an hour, right? He's gonna work
Yeah.
that 40 hours. What they're getting out of that 40 hours is triple what they're paying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
the math is just so easy. So, at the end of the day, but when they work for the company, at some point it has to either be, well, what I learned is you're not officially working. It's kind of a temp thing.
Yeah,
So they're not beholden
right.
to everything that goes with hiring someone.
Exactly.
So how long do you stay temporary or what's per diem-ish? I don't even know if that's a word for that, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They kind of keep the gray area
Right.
until someone says, "Wait a minute, I've been doing this for 8 months.
Right.
Yeah.
I officially work for you,
Exactly.
but you signed to where you said it's okay." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sign
Yeah.
here, and here, and you don't know. You just said, "Okay, I'll do this indefinitely like this without any benefits."
Yep.
Yeah. All you saw was the money.
Yep.
Right. So I get it, and I understand it, but that's why you don't just sign everything. You have to read everything thoroughly, and that's just the lesson I just want people to understand.
Yes.
Like you said, Clinton, you saw the money,
Yes.
and they saw you coming, and they did like this.
Yeah.
What's that over there?
They,
Squirrel.
they saw you. They saw you itching. They say, "Oh, he itching." Oh yeah, we got him.
So
So
yeah, man.
man.
That's, real quick, before we get up out of here, I just had like.
Thank you for the mug. I got the mug. I would have worn my shirt today.
No. Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
appreciate you.
supporting, man.
Yeah.
That was so dope.
Yeah,
I
my
looked up
my
and
wife
saw
was
it.
like, my wife chose the mug. She was like, no, not that. Oh yeah, that one. So she picked out the mug for me. And I'm gonna wear that shirt. I should have put it on today, but it's like 80 degrees here, brother.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
showing
it's
off. We're dealing with some high
Yeah.
50s.
Keep talking.
We're dealing with some high 50s, thinking we got something going on.
Yeah.
80 degrees here.
Oh no, yeah, it's 80. All right.
Show off. Listen,
No wonder he's selling so many
appreciate
rolls.
that, man, so much. Like the shirt. I seen you got the shirt. You got the. That's dope, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. No problem.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I'm just trying to get the word out there and keep it going. So that's a big deal for me because I didn't even really promote it or push the page like that yet. So it's on the YouTube and the about and with everything else that's on there, like the website and all the other pages. So when people find it and see it, that's dope, man. And thank you so much, man.
Is mine
I
in the
like the
mail?
setup.
Mine's in the mail?
No, he bought it.
Oh.
He bought it. So I'm telling him that he's thanking me for buying stuff.
So you have a merch store then?
Yeah,
Yes.
he had the
All
merch store.
right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, I support. Yeah, I had to support.
I should have put the link up here in the banner.
Of course.
And I thought I did before because I don't like to. I just I just didn't do it yet so much. But those
I
that
got
go
that
to
shirt. I got that shirt you got on now in
build
black.
it together or
Yeah,
struggle alone.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Yeah, man, that's what I live by that right now because nothing we do is alone. You guys right here are helping me to support the channel.
Wow, that's
For the information, and we build.
You know what's so crazy?
That's how we
crazy?
stack.
Yeah, dude, that's so crazy because I keep telling everybody in our depot, right, from day one, as corny as it sounds, all we have is each other. At the end of the day, we have each other as in distributors, right?
Right.
And I know, a company will say, well, we're business partners, but at the end of the day, it's you guys that are on the screen.
You see how he laughed at that?
It's so true. All we have is each other. I tell these guys that all the time. And before they laugh, and then now they look at me like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, the company would say that. Yeah, we're business partners. I'm like, okay. The little wonder.
Go ahead.
The little wonder cake situation that happened. Okay. The little wonder cake situation that happened. Come on, man. You guys supposed to let us know that, man. But it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, now don't get me wrong. Like I appreciate flowers. I really do. I mean, they changed my life. I mean, changed my family, everything. So I appreciate even doing business with them. You know what I mean? Oh, I just say, hey, man, give me a heads up, man.
Yeah.
Just give me a heads up. So, but yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get this right for you.
So hey, do you guys sell little bites?
No, that's
Oh, okay, okay. Oh man, our bimbo guy here, man. This guy, he is little bite game.
They do have. So where we're at, right? We have union guys in like Massachusetts and other places. They're actually IOs that service the Entenmann's, right? So it's different in every territory. It would be nice to pick it up. Oh yeah,
that's because man.
They promote it all the time. That's why.
There you go.
Man.
If you're if you price competitive with anything, you can sell anything. If you can merchandise it and you're price competitive, easy money.
People love these little bites down here, man. They got 4 feet sections.
Yeah, they get pallet drops.
Yeah, pallets. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're killing it, man. Both my guys, actually. I compete against both bimbo guys here, and they're one at Sam's and one at Walmart, and they're both killing the game, man. So I was like, damn. But isn't
that so crazy how your business is based on the people that you're running against? Like I got guys in different territories that do a crap job, my competitors, and I have a big smile on my face. I'm like, this is gonna be good. And then you have other guys that are on point where you guys are just battling it out for as much sales. Yeah, it's so crazy the difference,
Yeah. I'm hoping something happens when my guy take my it's crazy. I would love for my great value to go to my bimbo guy.
Really?
I know that's crazy that I'm saying that, right? I don't know what the percentage is or what Jerome, you said you just got the great value, right?
Actually, it's been since it was after the 4th of July last year.
So you just got it back. Yeah. I had mine for like 4 years. 4 or 5. Yeah.
But 10 years ago we had it. And then they lost it. And then I'm not gonna lie, you guys, the company up here, they're doing such a terrible job. Walmart was fed up with them. No, really.
Oh wow.
They were they were just fed up with them, and from what I hear, and then they put it back out to bid, And that was all like because they had to put it out, but the whole goal was they wanted us to take it back. You know, not me personally, but you know what I mean. They wanted the company
I got you. The company,
to
yeah.
get back involved.
So what he's saying is the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Yeah, because flowers came in so low. You know, when they
Yeah,
switched
we bid.
over.
Yeah, we bid every 5 years. And I guess we kept it. But yeah, I love it. I mean, it might break them, but
Oh, so that might be the case. I don't really know the terms, but maybe the
it
5
might.
years was up, and they were counting down, waiting for them to waiting for those 5 years to be up. Because
I
people did
ordered.
not hesitate; they jumped right back on it, like you know.
I order 1,000. I order 1,000 loaves of great value every week. Well, 1,200 loaves of great value every week, and I can fit 40 402 on my shelf at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I also sell the honey wheat great value, the 100% wheat great value, the Texas toast great value. I sell the stand up loaves, the sourdough, 100% with honey, the 9 grain, and the hot
Oh, so
dog and the ham.
you have those store brands, the clear ones.
Oh yeah,
They're in clear
yeah.
bag, right?
Well, no, it's
No, no, no. I know which ones you're talking about. I do them as well, but
okay.
they have two different great values. Like I sell the long ones, which you were talking about, the squares and the
Yes,
round top, and then they have
yes,
another.
the
Those are the
clear
ones
ones.
that
Yeah,
the other flowers guy still brings.
yeah. So I carry those too.
Okay, okay. It's
Oh
two
my
different great
god.
values. Yeah,
I'm doing, man, when I'm in there, man, it's like I'm also doing my bread and I'm doing is
you're in the store.
uh,
When you're in the store, you're in the store. I get it. I'm like that when I'm in BJ's. I got 6 racks in there. I'm in there. When I'm in there, I'm in there.
hold on. You guys, so how many racks do you have in DJs? How many racks total? I mean,
6. I have
there's six.
6.
No, I mean,
No, I have 6 whole racks I fill. I have everything
okay,
in BJ's, the store, our brands and the store brand. And I also have 16 hots and hams as well, our brand and the store brands. So I'm in there and I bring it all in there. That's my powerhouse. That's my biggest store.
you have no competitor.
No, no, no. I do the BJ's private label and all
Wow,
of our brands in that store.
wow. Okay, see,
And so,
Sam's
but
Club
this,
doesn't have.
I say it's so many racks because the 16s, I have their hots, hams, and New Englands, plus all of our hots, hams, and New Englands. So I
Okay,
have to have space for it's a box store, so I have to have room for all that. You know what I mean?
okay. So I'm trying to compare it to Sam's Club, right? So I have
Yes, yes,
Sam's
same
Club, right?
thing, same thing, same thing.
So the reason why I'm asking is because there's 18 total racks in Sam's Club.
But Sam's a little different because
Okay,
one of
that's
the
what I was
guys
looking
that,
at.
like Brandon, that was on here when he had his route because he does Thomas now. But when he had the Sam's Club, I went in there and I recorded him. There's a video up with Brandon if you go look at it. He's in the Sam's Club, and I was in awe because my store is a lot. No, but he's bringing 16s in there, and he has 2 racks of hots, 2 racks of hams. Like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah,
Plus, he
yeah,
had
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
time. Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that was
yeah.
one of the stores.
All
So
right,
I
gentlemen,
guess.
I'm gonna have to hit the sack here. I'm up
Hey,
at
go ahead. Hey, Ricky, thank
1:30 in
you.
the
Oh
morning.
I'll see you.
wow, I got to go to Taekwondo practice now, so
I
I got to leave
appreciate
here
it.
at 7:15.
Listen,
Yeah,
thank you all for taking the time out. I'll get with you guys next week if you're around. Stay
yes,
blessed.
sir.
Keep stacking. I'm gonna stay on for a hot second and do
Okay,
my exit. Y'all have a good night.
All right, thank
thank
you
you,
very
Jerome.
much.
All right,
All right.
Rick.
All right, take it easy, Clint.
Peace.
Bye.
So, Gabe, thank you for coming on. Carolina, thank you for coming on. Carlos, thank you so much. I appreciate all the input and the questions and the statements. If you're watching on Facebook, appreciate you. If you're watching on Instagram, appreciate you. I see you, Nisi. Thank you so much, cousin, for joining in, and everybody else that took the time out of their night. So, what I was gonna say was, while I let those guys go, I have a hold on, let me get it right here. I put it up a minute ago because Clinton was talking about he went to the store and he bought a couple things. I'll put the banner up again for anybody that's watching. If you want to share it, screenshot it, and send it out to anyone. Again, this just helps the channel grow. This just helps us to keep the equipment going, get more lights, get more cameras. I'm not doing anything else but putting the money back into this whole process. I'm not going to be able to buy a boat from selling a mug, a pillow, or a hat. So I just like to be clear. Anything that you do is just supporting the channel and helping us to get the word out so we could build together so we don't have to struggle alone. I like to thank everybody for coming out, sharing with us, spending the time with us on this Thursday night. I got the Facebook up, I got the Instagram up, and I'm on the YouTube page. This is Real Bread Life, RBL. Stay blessed, keep stacking. That's all I got for now. We out.